What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 2. It's already. And today, what's already ready is the Wu-Tang Forever 1997 CD-ROM Wu Mansion walkthrough. Now, I had to go through a lot of trouble to get a 30-year-old enhanced CD-ROM working on a Mac computer or even a Windows computer for that matter. And I wound up with a Windows 98 virtual machine. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. So we had to install QuickTime. We had to turn the CD into an ISO. Any computer nerds out there, you know what I'm talking about. So now let's launch the CD, and here we go. This is how it loaded up. Razor Sharp Records, Net Media was the computer company behind the scenes, Loud Records, and now we enter the Wu Mansion. All right, so you have to go through each one of the doors to enter the chamber of each artist. So I believe this first one here is Ironman. So for those of you who were just listening, it kind of looks like a black and yellow Wu-Tang electric chair. And we're in a metal room, giant blue on the ceiling. That's the light. And then there's just a bunch of big swords hanging on the walls. And then there's a record on the wall. And that record takes you to each one of their solo projects. Remember, most of them, not all of them, but most of them released a solo project in between 36 Chambers and Forever. So this is just Ghostface Ironman, and it has the track list here. Let's go back out. And now if you click on this TV panel on the wall and you download the message, you'll get a bio about the artist whose chamber, whose room we're in, right? So name Iron Man, real name Tony Starks, age older than the moon and the stars, so on and so forth. So now you have to power this down, and now we can exit the room. And now we move on to, you have to spin the mouse around. The next one here, let's see who this is. This is Inspectah. So Uncontrolled Substance didn't drop till much later, so he doesn't have a golden plaque on the wall. He's got a few more of those chairs. The W that was on Ghostface ceiling is now on his tabletop. And let's see if there's anything else you can click on. It'll be indicated by a little circle icon instead of the mouse. So there's a piece of paper on the table. Now let's look at his, now let's download his biography. So name, Inspectah, real name classified. He's also older than the sun, moon, and stars. Weapons are wise words. I have two. My camera is in front of that portion of the screen. So let's power this down and go into the next chamber. And inside, I guess, lobby or hallway, you can click on things and interact with them as well. So this is YouGod, little YouGod poster on the wall. Now we're entering the Jizzes chamber. So in the Jizzes chamber, it's very different so far. We have almost this podium here. We have, two floating chairs and a chess set in the middle. Let's look at his platinum plaque. Of course, it's Liquid Swords, Geffen Records, 1996. Starts with Killa Hills, 10304. We go through the track list here. Let's download his bio. His weapon is the mic. Same thing. Real name, Jizza. Name, genius, older than the moon and stars. For 1997, right, you're running this on a Windows 95 computer at the time because 98 hadn't come out yet. And even if it did, you didn't have it in your house. The idea of like downloading the bio from a screen on the wall and moving through these chambers, it was just so unlike anything that was out at the time and so far ahead of its time. No one in music was even coming close to touching this kind of creativity from a technical aspect. Now we go see Method Man. So we're seeing a library, right? It looks pink and black, but I'm sure it's different colors. We're seeing a library. We have just a single pink chair in the center, and let's look at his platinum plaque. Of course, it's Tikal, courtesy of Def Jam Records. Have the track list for, I got to be honest with you, I think 2000 is better than the original Tikal, if I'm being honest, but this was 1997, so that didn't exist yet. And with each bio, so his real name is unknown, although we know it's Clifford Smith. His weapon is that he's the chameleon. And so with each bio, you get a custom photograph of the artist. So we see Method Man with a blunt and a hammer, and he's got overalls on with suspenders. And so let's click on help. So you click on help, and then there's a woman's voice that says, press download to retrieve the information, press power to deactivate. All right, let's go back. Now, this is the tricky part. I forget, you can see down the bottom here, we've explored 4 out of 8 chambers. The tricky part is I forget how to get to, oh, it must be over here. So this is a 1 on the panel here. If you click 2, or you click number 2, now we're in a different chamber. I'm sorry, now we're on a different floor. All right, so let's go. This looks like Raekwon. That was not Raekwon. So the Chamber of Self, is that, I think that's Masta Killa. So there's a bottle and 2 cups on the table. Again, Wu logo on black and yellow, Wu logo on the table. This looks like one of the coolest rooms, if I'm being honest. It's kind of like an old Shaolin monk room, like the way the doors look and stuff like that. So let's look at the bio and see who this is. Yep, Masta Killa. The High Chief Jamel Reef. That's his real name, Jamel Reef. Older than the moon and stars. The element of surprise is his weapon. All right, who do we have next? U-God. Just another poster on the wall. So U-God's room is his bedroom. And there's a Wu headboard and footboard with pillows and a mattress and comforter. And there are 2 champagne bottles on either side of the bed. And of course, he didn't have an album out at the time, so let's download his bio. His weapon is wisdom. His name is Golden Arms. His real name is U-God. He's also older than the sun and stars. All right, let's keep traveling. Here we go, chef. Yes, chef. All right, so we're in some sort of kitchen. You can see wine glasses and wine on the shelves in the back. Knives hanging on the wall, chef's knives. There's some sort of table. There's a message on the table. Let's listen to that now. All right, let's look at this platinum plaque. Of course, purple tape. It's only built for Cuban links. Loud records. Legendary. This has got to be one of the best, if not the best. Download his profile. Now, I do think maybe these pictures were from the inside of the jewel case, and I do have that. I'll put that up as well so we can look through the... I bought the actual CD. Name, Chef Raekwon. Real name, Lex. Diamonds. Older than the sun, moon, and stars. Weapons are wisdom and wits. Now, I think there was only 3 chambers on the 2nd floor. I believe... Oh, Old Dirty Bastard. Damn, I can't believe we missed Old Dirty Bastard. So, he's got a piano. He's got a bar. Let's look at his Return to the 36 Chambers classic album cover. Might be one of the most iconic album covers of all time. Let's pull down his bio. Everything unknown. I think he had passed away at this point already. All right, let's go to the basement. There we go. What's the password? I guess we gotta find out. Ghostface Killer. Chip, repeat, to pan. So I guess you click on each one of these. This looks like Raekwon. I completely forget. That means it's just like erased from my memory. Interpreting signal. All right, let's look at the RZA. The Abbott. You could play on the keyboard. This is amazing. I wonder what the password is. Let's try forever. What's up, guys?
This is the police.
That's not working either. I don't know what it is. All right, so I guess it's just the board here. Oh, no, and the poster, the only thing that's interactive. Let me see if I can Google the password real quick. In the basement, which is the RZA's chamber, there's a special computer screen that requires a password, period. What is that password? Oh, the password is peace. Nice. Protect your neck. All right, this is it. This is the end.
To your CD-ROM, or to your sound system, and let the sound and lights take you away.
All right, guys. So that's it. Just a full walkthrough. Been wanting to do this for years. Finally got my hands on it. And then it just goes through the credits of who put together the disc, the different songs that you hear throughout the mansion, the video production that you see throughout the mansion. Made with Macro Media, QuickTime 4, enhanced CD production by Net Media, courtesy of Loud Records. Episode 2's in the can.